Students, let us discuss about nomenclature or IUPAC system of naming electrons. Okay, so if you take any compound, for example, I am taking one atom, that is Li. So if I am taking Li, what I am naming as lithium. So means what? It is an IUPAC name. So in the same way, there will be some new atoms, okay, so which is derived. So those atoms we are naming in the presence of nomenclature, we can say, or we can say IUPAC system. So generally this is mainly based on Latin words for the atomic numbers of the elements. Okay, so mainly what it is depends, it depends upon the Latin words in Greek words. Okay, atomic number of the elements. So these names are directly derived from the atomic numbers by using a numerical roots for 0 and number 1 to 9. Okay, so let us take here digit. First of all, name. Next, abbreviation. What are the abbreviation we are using? So here digit is nothing but what I have told you, these names are derived directly from the atomic number using 0 and 1 to 9. So here 0 means nil, we will be saying that abbreviated as N. 1 for 1 you will be saying un, it is abbreviated as U. If you take 2, it is bi, abbreviated as B. If you take 3, it will be tri, that is abbreviated as T. If you take 4, it is abbreviated as quad, it is Q. Five means it will be pent, it is abbreviated as P. For hex, it is abbreviated as H. For 7, it is abbreviated as sept, that is S. Oct. For 8, O. 9 means what here? N. It is abbreviated as E. Okay, so means what here? If you take 1 to 9 and 0, it will be, these are the names we are getting and this is the abbreviations. So here whenever the roots are added together in the order of digits, so means what here? The roots are added together in the order of digits which make up the atomic number and here IUM is added at the end, we can say. Okay, so here if you take atomic number means up to 1 to 9 only we have been taken, and also IUPAC name here. Okay, symbol here we are taking, and here is a familiar name. What will be the other name of the IUPAC systems? Okay, so now here if you are taking atomic number 1 or 4, so it is getting 1 means un, 0 means nil, 4 means quadium. So what I have told, if the roots are added to the order of digits which make up the atomic number EM. Okay, so here we are getting at last EM at the end. So what will be the symbol here? UNQ. So what is the name for this actual name? The common name for this here is dubnium, that is having the symbol is dB. If you take 105, so what will be you are getting? Nil Pentium. So you are getting here U and P. So the normal common name is Seaborgium. The symbol will be for this is Sg. If you take 106 here, Nilhexium. So you will be getting UNH. So the common name for this is Borium. The symbol for this is BH. If you take 107, sorry. So this is the name for this one. This is the name for this one. For 107, for Anilquodium, you are going to get name is Rutherfordium. So here the name will be Rutherfordium. So it is having the symbol is RF. Okay. So 107 means Anilseptium. So it is having the abbreviation UNS. So which is this one is the borium, the common name. If you take 108, so you are getting Aniloctium. It is having UNO. The common name for this is Husnium. Okay, HS. And coming to 109, you will be having Anilenium. You will be getting the abbreviation is UNE. The common name is Meternium. That is empty the shape. Okay. So these are the general, the IUPAC names. Here the common names, the familiar names for this. If you take 110 here, if you are taking 110, means what here? Nelium. So it is UNN. So it is not having common name. Up to now it is not derived. This is an incomplete subshell in F block MS. Okay, if you have been observed. This one anium. You will be getting Tribilu. It is also not having common name. If you take 112, 113, 114. So you will be having Bium, Trium, Quadium. So you are having UUB, UUT, UUQ. So this will be not having the any common. So this is nothing but the IUPAC system, how we have to derive. So if suppose if you are taking 0, that is nil. So like this you have to take abbreviations, and when you are taking 104 means singly we are writing IUPAC names. So this is nothing but the familiar names. So this is nothing but nomenclature and IUPAC names. Okay. So next we are going to have here is electronic configuration. Of elements and the periodic table. Generally in the before class, in the before lesson, in the previous lesson, what in the first unit, that is atomic structure, you have learned that electron in an atom is characterized by the 4 quantum numbers. That is in the first what happens, principal quantum number if you have been taken. So what is the principal quantum number? It is same, it defines the main energy level known as shell, okay, which indicated by N. So and also we have studied that filling of electrons into different subshells is known as what here? Orbitals, that is S, P, D, F orbitals. And distribution of electrons, filling of electrons into different subshells, we call it as orbitals. Distribution of electrons into orbital of an atom, we call it as electronic configuration. So here now in this section we are going to observe what means direct connection between the electronic configuration of the element and also the long form of the periodic table. So now see about here, first of all, electronic configuration in periods. Electronic configuration in periods. Okay, so means what here, the period indicates what here, the value of n for the outermost or valence shell. In other words, what we can say, period in the periodic table is filling of the next higher principal energy level, we can say. So means what here, what I have told you, the period indicates the value of n for the outermost or valence shell. The valence shell or outermost shell, we say it as same. So means what here, the period in the periodic table, period means what, horizontal, it is abbreviated. The period in the periodic table is filling of the next higher principal energy level, that is n is equals to 1, n is equals to 2, like this, n equals to 3. So means what, it can be readily seen that number of elements in each period is twice the number of atomic orbitals, means which is available in the energy level. We can say, if suppose the first period, what is the first period? The first period n is equals to 1 starts with filling of lowest level, that is 1s. Okay, and if it has two elements and there is two elements, okay, so means what here, hydrogen. If you take hydrogen, it is having the electronic configuration 1s1, and if you take helium, it is having electronic configuration 1s2. So means what, when the first shell K is completed, okay, so in the second period, so the second period n equals to start with lithium and the third electron enter with the 2s orbital, yes or no? So if you take lithium here, the atomic number is 3, so what you will be getting, 1s2, 2s1. So it starts with the third element, okay, the third electron enters the what here. So that's what I'm saying here. What is the meaning? The first period n1 starts with filling of the lowest level 1s, and then next is also there is a two elements with hydrogen and helium. If you take lithium, what will happen? The third element, the third electron enters the 2s orbital. And if you take the next beryllium, if you take beryllium, what will happen? It will be having also 4 electrons, that is the electronic configuration will be 1s2, 2s2. Okay, so it is filling the next lowest energy level. So means starting from the next element, boron. So boron, if you have been taken, what will happen? It will filled with the 2p orbitals with electrons, means L shell, we can say L shell. So here if you take boron, 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. So means what? First element, second element, and third one is p orbital. It is entering into p orbital filled with electron when the L shell is completed at neon. Okay, so means by this 8 elements in the second period. Next one, the third period, n equals to 3, begins at sodium and added. Okay, and the added electron enter in a 3s orbital. If you take sodium, what will happen here? The atomic number is 11, so it is added as a 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. So means what here? If n equals to 3, here if n equals to 1, it starts with them. If n equals to 2, it is going to happen like this. If n equals to 3, according to principal quantum number. So this is the thing. it is going to happen, means 1s2 2s2 2p6, and next it is entering into 3s1. Okay, so like this it is entering. If you take n equals to 4 for potassium, so then what will be having, what is the atomic number of potassium? 19. It is having K symbol. If n is equals to 4, it is entering into 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p6 4s1. So this is the electronic configuration. It is entering into 4s1. Okay, like this it is going to happen. In the same way, if you take transition series, which we call it as d block elements of these elements, okay, this starts from scandium to zinc. Means what? Here the 3d orbitals are filled here, and also fourth period, and it's krypton if you have been taken, and also if you have been taken when filling up 4p orbitals, 18 elements it is going to have. So it is having 8 elements, these all remaining. What will be having? 18 elements. Rubidium, if you have been taking n equals to 5, the d block elements, that is transition elements, we can say d block elements is also known as transition elements. Okay, so means what? If you are taking 37 atomic number for rubidium, this is the symbol of rubidium, so you will be getting configuration 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p6 3d10 4s2 4p6 5s1. So it is entering into 5s1. So, and also if you take lanthanide series, which is known as inner transition elements, that is F block elements, that is n equals to 6. Okay, if you are taking n equals to 6 here, that is F block elements, which is known as inner transition series. So it is having the configuration generally 55 lanthanide, cesium, we can take cesium. So it is having configuration 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p6 3d10 4s2 4p6 4d10 5s2 5p6 6s1. Okay, so this is about lanthanide series we are taking cesium. Okay, so means what? Here it is occupying the xenon configuration. So by this, if you have observed here from this, it is having noble gas elements. If you take lithium, we can write configuration also like this, like He 2s1. Why? Because H is 1s2. In the place of 1s2, He we can write. And also if you take sodium, so this all will contain neon 3s1. If you take potassium, so this all will contain argon 4s1. If you take this one will contain krypton 5s1. If you take this one, xenon 6s1. Like this, if you have been taking, you will be getting. And also 5f orbitals, if you are having 87, that is francium, it is having radon atomic number 84 we are having, that is 7s1. 86 is a radon atomic number. Xenon is having atomic number 54, it is having 86 atomic number. So by this we can fill the inner periods like this, the elements, actinide series. This one we call it as actinide series. Okay, inner transition elements, bottom of the periodic table. So this according to principal quantum number, like this we can write. Okay, so means what? Here if n is equals to 5, the L will be 0 1 2 3. So in with energy of available orbitals will be 4d 5s 5p, it increases like this. Okay, so this is nothing but here in a period how we are determining. Coming to groups, next one, what? Group wise electronic configuration. What is next one? Group wise electronic configuration. So vertical one we call it as group, Okay, so they have valential electronic configuration, same number of electrons in the outermost shell also. Outermost shell or valence shell, we call it as same here. It will exhibit similar properties. If you take group 1 elements, that one we call it as alkali metals. Alkali metals. So what will happen? All have NS1 valence shell electronic configuration. Okay, if you have been observed, so here the valence shell everywhere, here the outermost electron is S1. If you have been observed here, if you 1 1 1, the outermost electron entering into one orbital, so this is nothing but valence shell. So okay, the elements in vertical column of the periodic table of a group or family, it exhibits same chemical behavior, which is arising to the same number, same distribution of electron in the outermost orbitals. So we can classify these elements into 4 blocks, that is S block, P block, D block and F block. Elements like this we can classify depending upon the type of atomic orbital that is filled with last electron, we call it as. Means suppose if an electron is entering into S block element, that one is the differentiating electron enter into S orbital, that one we call it as S block. If it is entering into P orbital, that one is P block. If it is entering into D orbital, that one we call it as D block. If it is entering into F orbital, that one we call it as F block elements. Depending upon the atomic orbital that is filled with last electron, we are divided into S block, P block, D block and F block. Okay, so here two expectations here. Helium belongs to S block, but its position is in the P block. If you have been observed in the periodic table, okay, so what will happen? The helium will be in the P block, but what actually it is in a S block element. Okay, so this is a S block element, helium, it is not a P block element. Okay, so means what? With other elements, 18 elements is why? Because we have written He there, means it is a completely filled valence shell, 1s2. It exhibits properties of noble gas elements. Noble gas elements with what? Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. So similar properties it is exhibiting. That's why we have arranged in the noble gas arrangement, which is a similar to group 17 elements, we can say. Why it is a special case, we can say here. Why? Because hydrogen separately at the top we have written. Why? Because on the periodic table we will discuss about the different types of elements in the periodic table, about these elements. Okay, so here this is nothing but the group wise electronic configuration, this is nothing but the period wise electronic configuration. Thank you.